he was advised, don't give this philosophy, nobody will follow. But Prabhupada refused to compromise. So, Krishna consciousness gives us a wonderful opportunity to perfect our human existence. In society, as you know, there's so much tension, and the root causes for getting a relationship with Krishna. So please practice Krishna consciousness with determination. It's very important that we regularly read Prabhupada's books. These books contain philosophy spoken by the Supreme Lord. And these instructions are non-different from the Lord. And if we follow these instructions, then we can make spiritual advancement. Rupa Goswami gave us many books, but Prabhupada translated 2 of them. And one of them is Śrīla Gopāla Kṛṣṇa. In the Gopāla Rupa Goswami tells us what is conducive for spiritual advancement. He says, Utsaha Nishtadharya Sattva Karma Pravartana Sangatyage Saturete Sadhi Bhakti Prasiddhi. Utsaha. We should be enthusiastic on the spiritual path. In material life, people try to be enthusiastic, but they don't have a goal. It doesn't stay for long. In spiritual life, we have our goal, and our goal is to please Krishna. So we should be enthusiastic, regardless of what our sadhu says. Then they share. That means determination. In material life also, we need determination. Just like, as some of you may know, if you want to enter the IITs in India, you really have to work hard. We have so many devotees who graduated from IIT, and they tell me they had to work 16, 17 hours a day for 2-3 years in order to get good grades so they could enter into IIT. So they were determined. So similarly, we should also be determined. I must make spiritual advancement. And to make spiritual advancement, we need spiritual association, which means we should go to Bhakti Vriksha, satsang, and go to the temple. Going to the temple on Sundays is a great help. It's a great help if you want to advance spiritually. And we should not only go to the temple, but we should be anxious to serve. So you need determination. Without determination, you can't succeed materially or spiritually. Then dharya, patience. We're not going to get results instantly. You can't expect that you just started chanting and Krishna will come and sit next to you. It's going to take time. We need to be patient. And patience is a quality that even Lord Chaitanya recommends in the 3rd verse of the Shastra. Tattva karma pravartana. We follow the path given by the great sages. Just like, as you know, Prabhupada did not concoct anything. Everything he gave us was based on what the previous acharyas had said. For example, the Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada's Gita is based strictly upon Baladevi Vibhushan's presentation of the Bhagavad Gita. and the Srimad Bhagavatam. When Prabhupada would be translating the Bhagavatam, he would have in front of him the commentary of the Acharyas. He took the essence from these purports, added what was necessary, and presented it as Bhaktivedanta purports. So we should follow the process given by the previous Acharya. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. 3 tracks on which the devotional train moves. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Shastra means words of God. And the words of God are infallible and free of any mistake. Sadhu. Sadhu refers to the Acharyas who are transmitting to us the philosophy. And then the Guru, who repeats what has been said in the Shastras and what has been said by the previous Acharya. Then Sangatyage, avoid the association of non-devotees. Now this may not be completely possible, but most of us have jobs to do, businesses to run, schools to study. So we do have to associate the non-devotees. But what we should do is minimize the association of non-devotees, or associate only to the extent necessary and not more. And Satavrite, be in the association of saintly people. If we follow this, take advantage of these guidelines, then you can make spiritual advancement. And Rupa Goswami also says how a devotional life can be spoiled with the atyara, prajasya, prajalpa, yamaga. Jan sangasya lolim jan sadvir bhakti was the last word. Vinashiti. Vinashiti means destroyed. So Rupa Goswami said, our devotional service will be spoiled if we do the following. Atyara, overeating, over-endeavoring, Jalpa, engaging in mundane talk, following the rules and regulations, just for the sake of following and not the real purpose, associating with only worldly minded people, and lowly, being greedy for material achievements. So if we were to regularly study these books, your knowledge will expand. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna said, now I am confused about my duty. Please instruct me. I am a soul surrendered unto you. Krishna began to explain the philosophy. And in the 18th chapter, Krishna inquired, is your illusion of God? Did you hear everything with an attentive mind? And Arjuna said, yes, I heard everything, what he spoke with an attentive mind. My illusion is gone. And now I'm prepared to act as you instruct. So that should be our mood. We are prepared to act as Krishna instructs. So yesterday was a very auspicious day. What was it? Okay. So we spoke on this topic at the Central Jersey Temple. But I thought we could spend a few minutes discussing this today, since many of you were not there. So this Panihati Festival was executed in Panihati over 500 years ago. And this is also known as the festival of punishment. You may say, why is it known as the festival of punishment? We'll discuss that. The 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan were very elevated personalities. Who were the 6 Goswamis? Goswami, Gopāla Goswami, Raghunath Goswami, Jiva Goswami. So these Goswamis are incarnations of Manjaris. Manjaris are considered to be assistant to the gopis, and the gopis are supposed to be assistant to Radharani. Rupa and Sanatan were engaged in serving a very important king. And Prabhupada said, we come from a great heritage. Rupa and Sanatan, for example, were serving the Nawab, and Raghunath Das was the son of the richest man in Bengal. Between his father and his uncle, he was the only son. And even though his family had unlimited wealth, he had no attraction to that wealth. He was just attracted to joining Lord Chaitanya. So once, those days India, at least Bengal, was under Muslim rule. And the king would divide his kingdom and give the land to different landowners. So Raghunath's father and uncle Hiranya, Majumdar, and what else? Govardhan Majumdar. These 2 brothers had a contract and they were paying less to the king. So one of the Turkish Chaudhries complained against them, and the king wanted to punish and imprison Raghunath's uncle and father. So they fled, and he had Raghunath arrested. The king told the Raghunath, tell me, where's your father and uncle? Otherwise I'm going to beat you up. And as he threatened to beat him, he saw Raghunath's face and his heart melted. He said, no, you look like a great sage. And then the king asked Raghunath to settle the dispute. And Raghunath got his father and uncle along with the king and settled the dispute. Raghunath Das was very attracted to serving Lord Chaitanya. And once he went to see Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda was in Panihati, sitting on a rock on the side of the Ganges. So Raghunath came and offered respect from a distance. Nityananda did not notice this, but the devotees sitting around Nityananda, they saw that Raghunath Das was offering obeisances. So they told Nityananda, Raghunath is offering obeisances to you. See my Lord. So Nityananda saw Raghunath was offering him respect. So he said, come here. He was Raghunath went next to the king, next to Lord Nityananda. He placed his feet on Raghunath's head. He placed his feet on Raghunath's head and said, "You're a thief. You're hiding." So Raghunath said, "My Lord, I want to serve you." So Nityananda said, "Arrange a feast for all arrange a feast for all the devotees present." And instantly Raghunath arranged for a huge festival in which everyone was served 2 pots. One pot contained, what did it contain? Chip rice and yogurt. Another was chip rice and condensed milk. So everyone was served these 2 pots. And the word spread that there's a big festival going on. So everyone from neighboring villages came over there. And all the shopkeepers who had milk and sugar, bananas, molasses, they all came. So the devotees were serving prasad to everyone, 20 devotees. But the Lord Nityananda, he had a desire. His desire was, Lord Chaitanya should personally come and see this festival. So Nityananda, by sincerely desiring that Lord Chaitanya come, Lord Chaitanya physically became present, and Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda was putting prasad in Lord Chaitanya's mouth. And Lord Chaitanya was putting prasad in whose mouth? Nityananda's mouth. And they went to every devotee sitting over there, but only few selected devotees could see the presence of Lord Chaitanya. So this is a historical festival, and many of ISKCON temples celebrate this by having chip rice cooked in condensed milk and yogurt. Raghunath Das was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, and then Lord Chaitanya placed him under the care of who? Lord Chaitanya had 2 secretaries with him all the time. One was called Swarup Damodar, and the other one was called Govinda. So Lord Chaitanya kept Swarup Damodar in charge of Raghunath Das, and Raghunath Das became known as Raghunath of Swarup Damodar. One day, Raghunath Das Goswami went to Swarup Damodar and said, "I do not know what's the goal of life. Please tell me what is the goal. And I want you to get the answer from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." So Swarup Damodar went to Lord Chaitanya and said, "Raghunath Das is saying he doesn't know what is the goal of life. Please instruct." And Lord Chaitanya said, "I put Raghunath under you So why is he asking me? He should ask you. But so now Lord Chaitanya, he wanted this answer from you. So Lord Chaitanya said, tell Raghunath, or enunciate, should live simply, eat simple food, and a devotee should always chant the name of Krishna, remember Krishna, offer respects to everyone without expecting anything in return. In other words, develop the mood of humility. So these instructions are very applicable to all of us. And then Lord Chaitanya was very pleased by Raghunath Dasa's devotion. Raghunath Das used to chant the names of the Lord for 22 hours a day. The 24 hours in a day, 22 hours he would be busy chanting the Mahamantra. Over 1,000 pilgrims would come to offer him respects. And Raghunath Das, thou, a very elevated devotee, was also very humble. So he would offer respects to everyone. So Lord Chaitanya was very pleased by him. And he personally gave him a Shaligram Shila, a Gira Shila, that was given to Lord Chaitanya. So Raghunath Das used to chant for 22 hours a day, worship his deities, sleep or take rest for only 1.5 hours. And to eat, he would just take some buttermilk. This was his normal pattern. And one day in Radhakund, Raghunath Das was sitting in the hot sun and chanting the holy names. Radharani felt compassion. She said, Raghunath, sitting in the hot sun and chanting the holy name. So she came from behind and took her sari, like an umbrella on the top, to protect Raghunath from getting a sunstroke. And nearby, in Radhakund, there were 2 tigers drinking water. So Sanatana Goswami happened to pass by, and he saw that Raghunath was taking service from Radharani. So he got very upset, and he said, you are taking service from Radharani. You should make a bhajan kutir. So then he made a bhajan kutir. So yesterday was the day that the Panihati Festival was held. And in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that anyone who hears the story of this Panihati Festival will be blessed with what? Love of God. So there are so many wonderful pastimes of the Lord in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. There's so many wonderful pastimes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. We should try and read every day. At least we should make it a point to read the Bhagavad Gita every day. So we should be determined, as we said, to make spiritual advancement. The chance to serve the Lord doesn't come in every lifetime. And as Shunakara Pandit said, a minute lost cannot be made up with the wealth of the entire world. To please each life is very human birth for a happy cause. Engage in Krishna consciousness enthusiastically. Be anxious to serve, be anxious to associate, and develop the mood of humility. Lord Chaitanya has said, Siddhadapi sunichena prurapi sakshana amanina manadena kitinadi sadari. if you want to make spiritual advancement, chant the holy names all the time, then we should develop the mood of humility. Lord Chaitanya, in advising Raghunath, said, offer respects without expecting anything in return. So that is the mood of humility. We offer respects to everyone, regardless of how the other person reacts. So we have this wonderful philosophy presented in Prabhupada's books. Please read these books, chant your rounds, and we determine to make spiritual advancement. Hare Krishna. I could take, if you all have some questions, I could take on a few questions. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, what are the symptoms of spiritual advancement?
Yeah, there's a question that all of you should be constantly evaluating. You know, when a person is sick, especially if he has high fever, doesn't he test his temperature? Every hour, maybe it's coming down. Am I right? So we should all be testing. Am I making spiritual advancement or not? And what are the symptoms? Am I getting attached to the holy name? Do I feel like chanting the holy Maha Mantra? Do I feel like completing my rounds? Do I have that desire? Then, do I have that desire to read these books? These books are not different from Krishna. Just like the Bhagavad Gita. We should make it a point to read at least one verse with purpose, if not more, every day. And this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita is not different from Krishna, just like the holy name is not different from Krishna. Am I getting a taste for reading? Then am I developing the mood of service? Ultimately, when we chant Hare Krishna mantra, what are we doing? We are praying to the Lord. Please engage me in your service. Hare. By Hare we are addressing Radharani. Please engage me in service. So we're getting that taste. Even if you don't have the taste, force yourself. When you know that something is beneficial, sometimes you have to force yourself. Am I developing humility? Am I developing the mood of respect towards other Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis? So these are just some of the symptoms. And if you're in doubt whether these symptoms are developing or not, take the help of those who are more advanced. Okay. Any more questions?
What about detachment as a measurement of progress?
Detachment, yes, detachment from material things. Obviously, as you get attached to the holy name, you get attached to spiritual activities, you will get detached from what is detrimental. The two happen simultaneously. Just like when you have high fever, you don't have a taste for anything. But as the fever comes down, you automatically develop a taste also. It happens automatically, isn't it? You don't need a special process for that. So similarly, as you get attached to the holy name, as you get attached to the philosophy, we realize nothing is mine. Nothing belongs to me. It belongs to Krishna. let me use it in service of the Lord. Then detachment will automatically be there. So our philosophy is attachment to the positive, detachment from the negative. And yes.
Guru Maharaj, how to preach effectively?
What do you mean by effectively?
How to know that what you are preaching is...
Bearing fruit.
Yes, that's good.
When we preach, we have to be a little detached in the sense that we can preach, we are hoping and praying, may this conditioned soul go back to Godhead. We can try our best, but you can't guarantee the result. But Krishna is pleased when he sees that we've made the effort. It's the effort that counts. A devotee, for example, will go on the road for 10 hours to do book distribution. And he may only end up doing 2 books or no books at all. And he may feel, oh, I was on the street for 10 hours and I hardly did any book. Nothing to worry. Krishna recognizes this man worked hard for 10 hours. So Krishna is pleased. So similarly, when we preach, Krishna is pleased. He's made an effort. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Ji told Prabhupada, if you have no one to preach to the walls. You're giving this Prabhupada's introduction to the Gita is more or less Prabhupada's lecture to the walls of New York. There was no one in the room. Prabhupada just started lecturing. And he put the dictaphone on and it recorded everything. So Krishna is pleased by our effort. But if we don't even make a sincere effort, then how can he expect any benefit? So at least we should make the effort. And the final outcome is to be detached. Okay. Yes. Oh. Yes.
How do we stay humble when we do any kind of service? Usually when we do service, Maya becomes more active and more strong. So how do we
especially when you have some success. Let's say you went out and you distributed 40 books. You feel on top of the world. In a way that's good also. Obviously you're happy because you did something that Krishna wants you to do. But sometimes you may have that mood that I am so good. Anyway, having that mood is better than not making any effort. There's some people who don't make any effort. So at least if you make an effort and you get some result, the ideal thing would be not to be proud of your efforts. But even if you're proud, at least you've done the job. And then gradually you become humble. You're humble. Okay, yes.
How we should read the Shastras? Like sometimes we read one canto and we are not able to understand it thoroughly, but still we keep continuing the second canto and third. So, is it correct, or we should read at least one canto again and again and understand it?
Just go on reading continuously. And as you read continuously, understand it more and more. But if you want to go back and read and reread, you can do that too. Either way is good. Okay. Okay, last question. Any more questions? Yes.
Guru Maharaj, in Bhagavatam it says that your occupation is useless if they do not provoke the attraction of the message of the God.
Shama eva hi kevalam. What this means is, our activities are termed useless. Shama eva hi kevalam. If they do not in any way connect you to the Lord. Let's say you work in IT, which you do, and let's say you have some remuneration, but you don't use anything in service of the Lord. You follow? You want to just bank everything. Like in India they often say, it all belongs to Krishna, but privately it's on the tail lock and key. So it's useless. But if on the other hand, you're chanting, associating, serving, and with your results, serving Krishna, then that activity has some value. Otherwise, you may have 10 PhDs, you may have 1,000 millionaires, but what good is it? You're not doing anything productive. Does that make sense? But that's what the Bhagavatam means when it says Shrama eva hi kevalam. Simply a futile attempt. Any more questions? No? Yes.
How can we remain faithful to Guru?
How can it be? By following the instruction. Faithful means a devotee is termed faithful if we follow the instructions. One thing is, when they say follow the Guru's instructions, you must realize what it really means is serve Krishna. For example, the Guru says, chant Hare Krishna. So who are you glorifying when you chant? Krishna. Read the books. What's in the books? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Supreme Lord speaks. So, when we talk about being faithful or following the Guru, it just means serving Krishna better. That's all. And if you follow the instructions, then you make advancement.
Is it the same as if I follow those who are senior than me, am I also being faithful to Guru?
Provided those who are senior are repeating exactly what the Guru and Prabhupada have said. They may be senior when I'm not presenting as it is, not practicing, then it's not of much value.
I should have faith with my seniors, like the with my faith with my Guru. If automatically, what I mean by seniors, they should be in good standing. They should also follow the Guru.
Well, we preach by example. Yeah.
What if I don't follow my seniors? Am I not being faithful to my Guru?
You know, if the seniors are repeating, for example, everything that Prabhupada said, everything that the spiritual teachers are saying, then there's no problem. But if the seniors are saying, oh, I don't think it should be this way, and creating doubt in your mind, then you can re-evaluate. Okay, so thank you very much.